What's good, 9197 gamers and YouTube? This is your boy Tyler9197 with your 9197 Black Wolf 9197 or 9197, back with another video for you guys. And this time I want to go ahead and do my review to you guys of the Technomancer. And guys, this is a game that I've been playing for a while, and then I just recently got done finish up the game, if you guys can see it in my other videos. But I wanted to go ahead and do a review for this game for a bit, but the reason why it took so long to get to this point for me to do a review is just because the game itself was kind of holding me back to really play it like that. But not to say it's the worst thing ever, but I'm gonna get more into it. But first thing first, I can say that you guys read the title. It's first half, no spoiler. So, but at the same time, like, even when I do go to the spoiler, guys, I still feel like it's still worse for you just to watch through this whole video, to be honest. Just because it's like what I'm about to say for the spoiler is nothing too crazy. I feel like, dang, I don't want nobody to know about this and you haven't played the game, because, you know, to be honest, it's nothing too crazy that I feel like, ooh, I probably should not tell nobody, especially if they're interested. But still, like I said, first time, no spoiler, especially if you want to try out the game yourself, go ahead. But it just depends how you feel after I do this review. Alright guys, so what I can say about Technomancer. Like I said, is the game one of the best games I ever played? No. Do you think it's better games to play? Yes. Is it like, do you feel like the game's completely trash? No. Do you feel like the gameplay is one of the big factors in this game? Not really. Do you feel like the story was good enough that you feel like you could play it? So. That's basically Technomancer, guys. Okay, let me get really into it. But still, guys, the Technomancer, guys, to be honest, like, I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I'm trying to make it short as possible, to be honest. But the Technomancer, guys, honestly, going through the game, I really feel that this game is okay. That's the best way I could put it. Okay. It's not something that I want to like truly say like it is straight up trash, but I don't want to say that it's all that great either. It's like that middle ground kind of balance, but slightly to the left of being like not so good, but I don't want to bash it completely. You guys know what I mean. But still, like I said, overall, I didn't really care about Technomancer that much. I could basically say that. I feel like this game had more flaws than like good things in this game. But like I said, I'm not trying to 100% rip it apart, but I'm gonna talk about the flaws though, like the biggest things. So, one of the biggest things I could tell you about the game that I truly hated the most was like the face expressions, guys. Like, it was, to me, it was the most annoying thing in that whole game, y'all, because it's like, regardless of all the other BS in this game, you would think like they would, if they put more time in the facial expressions when your character's talking with the dialogue and stuff, you should feel more engaged with what they're talking about. Cause guys, it's like, for example, say like there's like one series, like say like it's a serious scene going on in the game, right? And your main character just be like this, like something, say like something really bad happened, your character's like, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't worry, I'm gonna stop this. Like, you get what I mean, guys? It's like, it's the most basic. It's not something like, man, I'm sorry to hear this. Like, you can feel the emotions of what they're talking about, but it's not there. It's not there. It's just like it's the most bland. Like, it's just so bland. It's not something like, the facial expressions is not like there. It's nothing to make you feel like if something really sad they're talking about, you don't see it in their face that they just like, you know, you could like really feel it. You just don't in this game. It's just like, that's what like probably the most annoying thing for me, is just the whole thing with the dialogue and the facial expression does not meet with that. Like, it just, It's like, oh my god. But let me go ahead, before I go anymore, let me talk about the plot real quick, because I forgot I did not talk about the plot. That should have been the first thing I said. But anyway, so the plot of the Technomancer is basically you play this character named Zachariah Mancer. Zachariah is like the name itself, like the name for the name itself, the Mancer. He's a Technomancer, but he started as a rogue, then eventually became a Technomancer. And with the Technomancers, basically what they are, because it's a group, pretty much they're like a group in the city of Ophir that you live in, and they're kind of like the top league. Like, think about it, kind of like the security top league special force in the city, because I don't want to necessarily give them, say, like a, you know, like a secret society type thing. They kind of like that, but not really. I don't want to necessarily say that, but just say they're like a special force of Ophir, of that's what the city that you're in, of what make Technomancers a great force of access. I mean, access. That's right. Yeah, access. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. But at the same time, they are very secret, but they're very secretive. Basically, like I said, secret society, pretty much. But the reason why they're like that is because one of the first things you do as Technomancer, as you're playing your character Zachariah, you go to this dome place where with one of your masters that teach you, to be a Technomancer, whatever. And like you found out, like, because your first thing you found out was that you Technomancers, this is a slight spoiler, but to be honest, you learned this very, very early, so it's not gonna feel too spoilerish. Like I said, just for the people who really want to play it, whatever. Technomancers are technically mutants. Like I said, like they can like X-Men, like they're like mutants. And like and that's how they got their powers, because they got experimented, so they're mutants. But they're also mutants in this game, like people that look looking monsters type beings, wherever, like actual mutants. And then Technomancers are like mutants too, but they're like X-Men type of mutants, and they're the only ones that has the electric powers too. So after you find out, the truth that you're a mutant, like X-Men, like mutant style, the main goal of the plot was Zachariah is not only learn more about the truth of the Technomancers, but also connect with Earth to like help Mars, because that's the one thing too. The game is set up in Mars, so basically, you as Zachariah Mancer trying to figure out a way to contact Earth to save y'all. But of course, it's just not simple like that, because you got this big threat of this person named Victor. He's an ASC spy, and basically want to learn the truth about the Technomancers and want to stop you in your tracks. And that's pretty much the plot of it. And like I said, I know sometimes kind of go back and forth, guys. Forgive me when when I talk about plots like this, but at the same time, that's how it be. At least in my knowledge, when I look at it, it's like that's basically the plot. You basically the main hero want to find the truth, more about the group you're in, and then, like I said, trying to contact Earth to save Mars, where you live in. But you got this big threat, this guy named Victor, that wanted to destroy your plans and figure out more about what makes the Technomancer special. Pretty much. That's the best way I summarize it right there. But still, like I said, that's basically the plot. And another thing I can talk about, the things that I did like about this game, is like there is no fast travel, guys. Like I cannot tell you guys that this game needs fast travel so much. Like dead serious, like so much. Like this game needs it, guys. Like it's so bad, because you will backtrack so freaking much. Like you will lose your mind, guys. It's like they literally want you to run like backtrack so much, but there's no fast travel to really get to the spots that you want to get to, and it's infuriating, guys. Like, it's so annoying. Like, the only fast travel is you go to like certain different places that you need to fast travel to, but it's like specific places that, like, you would say, like, you're in this one city and you want to go to a specific part. Well, good luck. You gotta run the whole way. And sometimes you gotta take the long route. There's really no short route to go to places you want to go at. It's just so freaking annoying, guys. Like, I can tell you the horror stories. Like, you guys can see it when I play the game of my walkthrough. If you know, wherever you guys want to check that out, you can see it. Then not only that, the combat. Man, guys, I ain't gonna lie. The combat in this game was not the highlight in this game. I can promise you that. It's not the worst thing I ever played, but my God, it is definitely not the greatest. Like, so with the combat, you got 3 styles. You can either play as the warrior, basically you have the bow staff. You have the rogue. Like, pretty much you have a pistol and a sword, which is kind of a weird combination, at least in my opinion. And then, you know, you got the guardian, which I used majority of the game. It's the shield and mace, which it was a sword, but a mace still cool, whatever. And like, each one had their own factors of like what they could use, you know, when you do your combat. But guys, combat was not the highlight of this game, man. I promise you that. Like, when you play through the game, the combat just feels so sluggish. It feels so, like, I don't want to say bland, but basically bland. And like, it gives that idea of the combat style. It reminds you of like kind of like Batman Arkham, but like a watered down version of that though. Like literally a watered down version. And you know what? I even could say, guys, like Mad Max, which like Mad Max, that also have the same Arkham style fight style of a game, was way better than this. It was way more fluent. Like, the combat was way better in Mad Max than this game. Like 10 times better. And it still ain't the same level as the Arkham Knight, but the Mad Max one was way better than this game. This thing was watered down. Like, literally watered down. Like, the combat was just not the greatest. And then, you know, you got a few special abilities. Like, you know, you could throw, like, you know, use your Technomancer power with the lightning and stuff like that. I don't even think that I said that. I don't even think I said it earlier. Well, my bad. But yeah, like Technomancer. Well, you probably see the lightning Technomancer. So yeah, with the lightning, whatever. But like I said, the combat was not the greatest at all. But I would say you can switch up your combat within the fight as many times as you want to, which is the cool thing. But to me, to be honest, I didn't do all that. I just stick with Guardian most times because that's more of my play style, and that's how I just fought. And then, oh, and another thing, what not only the combat I didn't really care too much, it's your companions, guys. The companions, man, depending on who you have. Because my main squad used to be like Amelia, where she was the engineer, and Scott, he was like the scientist. The reason why I kept him because he was like healer, and then Amelia, she was a guardian like me, like the fight style. But man, sometimes your companions be some idiots, guys. Like, their AI, it be trash. Like, they, like, especially Amelia, guys. I can't tell you how many times I've been in fights that I need help. Amelia looked like literally walked so slow to go to a fight. Like, it's like she walks to a corner trying to fight, and I'm just like, what you're doing? Like, help me, help me. And she don't, like, she just don't. It's just like, oh my goodness, y'all. Like, this game, whew, it has some issues. Oh, and I'm gonna say this too, guys. Like, similar to kind of like Dark Souls a little bit in a way, you're gonna die a lot. Like, it's not Dark Souls level hard, but you're gonna die a lot. Like, I promise you guys, with this combat, you're gonna die a lot, and you're gonna be very, very, very upset. And like I said, you see my fury in the walkthroughs if you guys decide to want to watch it. You see it. I was not playing. I was like, guys, I can't tell you. It's like some missions that I had to do over and over and over and over over again, and it's like the most easiest thing to do, but because how that combat is set up, it's just not fluent enough that it makes you feel like, okay, like, you know, it's understandable why I die so much. It's more like you died the most dumbest deaths, and that's the best way I could put it. But I think I hit the most highlights of like the flaws in that game. So let me talk about the good stuff. The crafting in the game, it's really good. It's not bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got different variety of how you want to customize your character, which is a plus right there. Not to say not like it saves the game, no, but a plus, not too bad. Another pro I could give it is that like the overall story is somewhat interesting enough that you do want to finish the game. And I can definitely say that, because if the game was like awful, like very, very awful, then it would be in the same rank as Breakpoint, or like Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Then I would never finish the game then, if that was the case. Like, the story is good enough that you do want to continue it, even though at the same time the overall experience of the game is not the greatest. And I think that's about it. The crafting part of it, and like upgrading your character to be a little bit stronger, because that's going to be a big plus in the game. And just, like I said, the story is good enough that you want to get through it. And I think that's basically it for the plus of the game. Oh, also, I would say there's a bit of romance in this game too. You want to romance certain characters, but to be honest, I didn't get to that point because I messed up like certain missions, or I didn't get a chance to do certain missions, because like the missions in this game is not, I want to say timed, but you have to do certain stuff in order to like really complete certain things. And then if you mess up, you mess up, unless you could go back. Like, you saved, I mean, you saved to a certain point that you could go back and do certain things, but if you didn't, well, you gotta look. You ain't romancing nobody, because the one I was trying to romance was Amelia, like I said, the engineer girl. But like I said, I couldn't like completely, because I mean, first I didn't know romance was in the game, but so I just tried it out just because. But you couldn't. I mean, I couldn't, just because of the missions of how it went away, and then it just never worked out. But also, I'll let you guys know about Amelia. She definitely cuts like a sailor, I'll give you that much. She have a mouth, like literally she has a mouth out of anybody in that whole squad that you have. But she's still the best girl, I'll definitely say that much. And like that's basically it, at least to my knowledge, as far as like for the no spoiler technically, you know. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of basically it. Like I said, if I had to rate it at a 1 out of 10, I would at least be fair enough to at least, like, regardless of the bad stuff I say about this game, if I can get it at a 1 out of 10, I would at least give this game, at least I'll give a solid 6 out of 10. So I'll give it like a slightly above average, but like I said, but even though I gave it a 6, it's like, it's not saying much. I promise you guys, it's like, it's not saying much. It's just a smidget. Even though I said it's a 6, it's just a like I said, just a slight tad bit that I feel like gave it a 6, just because the story is interesting enough that you would like to see it through. That's the best way I can say it. But overall, as a game, without the story, it's average at best. It's very average. It's not all that great. And there's definitely a lot of better games playing than this game. But at the same time, if you guys want to experience, I still, like, honestly, in my opinion, if you have nothing left to really play, that you already played, that, you know, that you consider that's really good, then I say give it a shot. But if I had to be 100% honest, like, if you have other games to pick from that's gonna be a lot, way more fun to play, then go with them games. And this game, don't worry about it. But I mean, like I said, you ain't really got nothing else to do, then give it a shot, because you may like it more than I did. And yeah, alright guys, but that's it. Now let me go ahead and go to the spoiler. Like I said, this is gonna be very short, because I'm about to end this video in a minute. So basically with the ending, like I said, it's maybe a spoiler, but at the same time, it's nothing big that I feel like I don't want you guys to know. But still, like I said, you want to leave, go ahead and do it right now. If not, then let me go ahead and say it. So for the ending, guys, after you go through all that BS in this game, because it is some BS, when you go through all that, you get to a point to go to the machine to check out like the globe of like with Earth and everything like that. Then you see that like you found out that Earth is destroyed. Just like it just rocks, clouds of rocks. Like that's it. You basically decide how you want to end the game. So you had like what, 3 choices? Yeah, I want to say 3 choices. Like one, you either you become a great master in the game, which like basically one of the top Technomancers of the whole group, and basically liberate Ophir, like make it basically a better place because of Earth to destroy. Second, you could go ahead and like tell people about the disaster that Earth is gone, like basically give the people, because people had hope that Earth would be, you know, their saving grace, but because it's not there, it's like, should you tell people the bad news or keep your mouth shut? Basically, for me, like if you guys haven't watched it, I kept my mouth shut. I just like, well, I mean, if Earth's gone, what's the point of telling people about give them hope about Earth and there's no help? So it's like, might as well, because we live there, we're basically there by ourselves. So it's just liberate the city and make it better from what Victor have done of the stuff that he made me, you know, that he caused to mess up the city. So, you know, that's what I did, and just liberate the whole place, made it better pretty much, and that's basically it. You know, and then you also gotta ask your companions, but I only asked Scott and Amelia just because, I mean, that's the only people I really cared about in this game. Oh, I forgot to say, Phobos, he was a cool character too. I wish I said that in the the non-spoiler part, but whatever. He's a cool character. I would forgot to say that, but still, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know how long this is, but hopefully it's short enough. That's the best way I can put it. But still, like, I appreciate y'all to watch this, and that's it. So please go ahead, hit the like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and follow me on my social media outlets, and hit the bell to get notification of my next video. Alright guys, I love y'all. Peace. God bless y'all. 9197 out.